Mr. Jadranko Miklec from Croatia. He is Yogacharya, Yoga and Ayurvedic therapist, teacher of Transcendental Meditation and Maharishi's Vedic Science. Manoshadi Bhishagacharya, a herbal scientist, president of Institute of Yoga and Ayurveda. He teaches yoga in Europe, America, India and China. He gained knowledge about yoga from Maharishi Mahesh Yogi A.G. Mohan, direct disciple of Shri T. Krishnacharya, Maharishi Swami Devmurti Yogacharya, Dr. Mukund Bhole. He wrote 6 books about yoga. Also, he has experience with the application of yoga and Ayurveda to sports, tennis, football, driver, judo, volleyball, etc. For teaching yoga, Jadranko is cooperating with Maharishi Academy for Vedic Craft, Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga, India, Bharatiya Vidyapeeth Deemed University, European Yoga Federation, and World Movement for Yoga and Ayurveda.
Yes, so I would like first to thank everybody being present for this short presentation about the role of Purusha and Prakriti in yoga. And as we know, we have the life has 2 main aspects to it. One aspect of the life is existence, and this is what we see, our own body and everything around us. This is the level of existence on this gross level of life. As in yoga, in the description from Taittiriya Upanishad, we know this level as Annamaya Kosha, the level of the gross physical life, or Stula Sharira. And then also there are finer levels of existence. So from this molecular level, we go to atomic level. There is life existence on that level. Then on the more subatomic particles and more finer levels, energy level, like Pranamaya Kosha, mental level, also the intellect level and the feeling, the ananda, the bliss has its existence. And at the source of everything, the Satchit Ananda, or the eternal bliss consciousness, has its own existence. So these are different levels of existence, from the gross to the subtle, more subtle, and to the causal level of existence. And each level of existence has its own level of intelligence, which is organizing the life and maintaining that existence and causing that level to function. Because when we consider life, we consider life in a term of some being aware and being able to act and being able to cognize and to be able to act. So this means life. So from the perspective of the ancient Vedic science, which is clearly expressed in one aspect of Vedic science, which is called the Veda Upangas, the 6 Upangas of the Veda, Shiksha, Kalpa, this Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Karma, Mimamsa, and Vedanta. The science of Sankhya describes very clearly all those levels of existence and intelligence in its function. And that level of the cause of all creation, the Sankhya speaks about 2 aspects of that level. One aspect is the infinite silence, that state of pure consciousness, or the state of being, or the absolute level of life, has also its own existence. And it has its own intelligence because it is conscious. It is consciousness. So it has ability to be conscious. So that one reality of life, which has its own existence and its ability of being conscious, has 2 aspects. Has within itself eternal silence as being the witness to everything, that aspect, and they call this aspect Purusha. And the other aspect, which is dynamic, which is causing dynamism and activity, is called Prakriti. Prakriti means what is intensively active. So there is one aspect of life which is eternal, which is never born, never ending, never dying, and which is just the silent level and never active. This is just that silence, and that aspect the Sankhya gives the name Purusha, Purusha value. And the other aspect of that level of life, which is also never born, never created, and has no end, it is eternal, is the aspect which is only active, and this is Prakriti. So Purusha and Prakriti are two aspects of one reality, which is never created and which has no end. They are eternal two aspects. So on the source of all creation, we have that two aspects of one reality. And there is one principle, and this is, we can say, the secret of yoga, which is applied to the yogic practice on all levels of the yogic practice, whether practice of asana or pranayama or meditation or practice of samyama. And that principle is, when existence becomes conscious, then intelligence becomes intelligent. So when, and this is very beautifully great master Maharishi Mahesh Yogi expressed in his Science of Creative Intelligence, that when that pure consciousness becomes conscious of itself, so it means that pure existence is conscious of itself, then that pure intelligence, which is the nature of that pure consciousness, becomes intelligent and starts to prepare to have a role of creative intelligence, or to start operate and create different aspects of the creation and organize their life. So we have a parallel to that in some other aspects of, for example, in the Natha Yoga tradition, other names, but it is the same meaning. The other names would be Shiva and Shakti, two aspects of that absolute level of life. And they give the name as Nija Shakti, that aspect of intelligence. Shiva is the aspect of existence, like Purusha. And then the Nija Shakti, Nija means inborn, which is one with Shiva, but it is its aspect of intelligence. And then that Nija Shakti is dividing herself in Parashakti and Aparashakti. It means it remains one with Shiva, giving him life on the transcendental absolute level of life. And also she becomes Aparashakti, which becomes like active Prakriti, creating all the creation and giving life to the whole creation. And so that's why this is that relation, which is relation of Purusha and Prakriti, is relation of, at the same time, complete separate nature, but at the same time, infinite dependence, interdependence. So this is relation of two, we can say, extremes, which is not possible to grasp by human intellect. The nature of that relation. It can be only lived, but hardly to understand, because it's in the contradictions. And intellect always wants to hold to something. But this is beyond the intellect. That relation is beyond the mind, beyond the intellect, and it is just that nature of that state of life, And only if we realize that state of life, then we can live that relation on all aspects of its expression. So that relation of Purusha and Prakriti is present not only in the absolute level of life, but on all aspects or all the manifested levels of life. Even the relation between our body and our consciousness on the gross level is the same. Our physical body is the Shiva, that aspect of physical existence, and the Shakti is that energy, that intelligence which organizes the life of that physical body. On the physical level, we give it name Vayu. So we have three basic levels of existence of our life: this physical body, then our consciousness as mind, and our self or our soul, consciousness as mind, and the body. So there is a Shakti, or that energy, life energy, that aspect which organizes the life and give ability to function to these three levels. And it is the one energy, one life energy, one intelligence, but gets different name when it's organizing the life of the physical body, has name Vayu. When it's organizing the life of our mental aspect, it's called Prana. And when it is organizing the life and maintaining the life of our soul, it's called Shakti. So these are the three aspects of life energy, or three aspects of Prakriti. And there are three aspects of Purusha also. And the three aspects of that Shakti is related to the Vedic science as Rishi, Devata, and Chandas. Everything has three aspects. Everything, that one reality of life is expressed in three values. That's why everything created has three aspects. The Rishi is that level of the silence, or pure witness, or Purusha. Then Devata is the functional value, which is connecting subject with the object, the process of perception and the function of the mind and everything. And Chandas is the object. It is our body. So the soul, mind, and the body are the Rishi, Devata, and Chandas aspects of the level of existence of life. And that's why we have also the three levels of intelligence governing these three levels of existence, so that Shakti is divided in the Rishi value of the Shakti is Shakti itself. Then the Devata value of Shakti is Prana, and the Chandas value of Shakti is Vayu. So that's why in the practice of yoga, you have just three steps in the practice. Moving, the yoga means moving from outside, from diversity to unity, to inside. And moving from Chandas to Rishi, to Devata, and moving from Devata to Rishi value. So these are the three steps in the yoga. So Chandas means you are connected to this physical gross level of activity, which is organized by the function of the Vayu. And there are main 5 Vayus and then 5 Upavayus. But 5 main Vayus are responsible for all activity of our gross physical body. In outer space, in Bahyakasha, and also in inner space, in Antarkaranas. So there you are using, first you need to be conscious of the function of the Vayu, have a Vayu Darshana experience, then understand the function of the Vayu, and then make it conscious application, that you can modify the function of the Vayu in certain way. So these are the 3 steps in the practice of yoga. Also again 3. The 3, one is direct experience, the other is understanding, and the next is put that knowledge into the action by your will. So this is the 3 aspects which we are using in the practice of yoga, called 3 Antarkaranas: Manas, Buddhi, and Ahamkara. So these are the 3 internal instruments by which we practice yoga, and then these instruments we apply first to the gross physical level of body in the practice of asana, But in the practice of asana, first, what you do is being connected with your body, developing body awareness. When you have conscious experience of your body and have body awareness, then immediately the life is coming to your body. This is you create body awareness with creating some sensation on your body, like stretching some parts of the body in asana. It's called tanam. And this is spontaneously drawing your awareness to that area. This is called dhyanam. So that dhyanam is creating more consciousness in the area of stretching, and then that aspect of our life becomes more conscious. That aspect of existence becomes more conscious. And what we will experience is that the breathing movement in that area becomes enhanced on its own. This is that when the existence becomes conscious, even on the physical level, any part of your body, you put your awareness, but you create sensation to draw your awareness by stretching. And then when awareness is there, and then when you observe that, then you will find that breathing movement, the prana pana vayu, in that area where its awareness will be on its own developed more, will become more open. The lotus is opening naturally by that practice. It's called Prana Samyama, a very ancient practice mentioning Gorakshanath in his Goraksha Shataka text. And so this is that principle, just on that level. When existence becomes conscious, then intelligence becomes intelligent and organize life in a better way. What we need is to become more and more conscious on all levels of our existence. Then we are awakening intelligence on all levels of our existence. And that intelligence is normalizing the life of all these aspects. And then this more normal organization of the life makes your consciousness being more clear and being more present and get experience of a deeper levels of your existence. And this is enlivening each other. So the Purusha is working for Prakriti in a way to become conscious of its own nature. And then in that sense, Prakriti is getting life and intelligence. Otherwise, as Sankhya says, Prakriti on its own, on her own, is unintelligent. But only in the vicinity of Purusha, she gets intelligence. More Purusha is on his own, conscious of itself, then automatically intelligence becomes inspired. So what you need to do, you just need to become your own self. And then everything is achieved automatically. You don't need to be involved in different kind of methods how to regulate the function of intelligence on your body by your trying or anything. It's an automatic method. So what is the solution for all problems? That's why in the life is realize the state of Purusha, realize the state of your pure consciousness, your pure existence. Tada drashtu svarupe avasthana. This is the solution for all problems in life on all levels. When you achieve that, then automatically you are inspiring all that Prakriti, which is the highest healer in the universe. That intelligence which created everything, organized life of everything. And she is inspired to normalize all the functions of our life. Because so this is that approach of yoga. The main aim of yoga is to achieve the state of yoga. So it's the state of unity, the state of that Rishi value. That's why we need to start from the Chandas, Devata and Rishi. So how you can develop Rishi value? By awakening Shakti. How you can awaken Shakti? By stopping the function of the Vayu, stopping the function of the Prana. And then you create prerequisite, the ability for Shakti to be fully awakened. And then this gives you ability of become conscious of your true nature and existence, Rishi value. So the time is quite short for this presentation. I thank you very much. in these 15 minutes, I try to convey to you the essence of the yoga practice. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you very much, respected Jadranko ji. You really summarized it so well in such less period of time. You mentioned about Taittiriya Upanishad and 3 levels of our existence. You also mentioned about 5 koshas theory. You mentioned about how 2 aspects of our existence and both are eternal. You mentioned about the Sankhya theory of Purusha and Prakriti. You rightly mentioned about when existence becomes conscious, intelligence becomes intelligent. You mentioned about 3 existence of our existence, gross, subtle, and causal existence. You also spoke about 3 aspects of life energy, Vayu, Prana, and Shakti. And in this limited period of time, you also gave some hints about how, by regulation of Vayu and Prana, we can invoke the Shakti within. And Prana Samyama also you mentioned. And I like the way you said that yoga itself is the means and the end. Yoga is the means, and yoga itself is the end to realize your true nature, Swabhava. We are so blessed, Jadranko ji, to have you in United Consciousness International Yoga Week. Thank you for blessing us with the words of wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you very
On
much.
behalf of United Consciousness, I thank Mr. Jadranko Miklec for coming onto the platform of United Consciousness. Thank you so much.